A Georgia father nearly loses custody of his two children because of a DUI arrest, but he didn't have anything to drink.
Tonight, the single over-the-counter allergy pill that left a father fighting to save his family. Here's 11Alive Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe with his ongoing investigation, The Drug Whisperer.
Sir, would you mind stepping back here for me, please? I'm gonna pull him out and check his sobriety. Okay. Are you on any medication or taking any medication for anything? None at all? No. You had anything to drink tonight? Nothing. Okay.
A college professor arrested for DUI.
Now this time, do me a favor, put your hands behind your back.
In front of his son and daughter.
How old are your children?
12 and 10.
I'm Lieutenant Chapman from Garden City PD. Is this your dad?
I'm placing you under arrest for suspicion of DUI. Let's save drugs, okay?
Well, he's being placed under arrest right now, and I'll explain everything to your mom.
You know, the fact that my kids had to watch all this thing was just very, very distressing. I didn't have a chance to explain to them, what was happening. They only saw me being put in handcuffs.
Your father's going to be treated very well, okay? He's going to be okay. Okay, there's just a problem with his driving.
The police tried to play it down like, oh, we're going to treat your dad nicely and he's going to sleep in his own bed tonight. But my kids, forever, they're going to have to live with the memory of seeing their dad put in handcuffs, right in front of them.
The professor is still so traumatized he doesn't want us to use his name. Garden City police charged the father with DUI drugs and 2 counts of child endangerment because his kids were in the back seat.
Hi.
2 convictions for child endangerment would have been, you don't see your kids, they go to either your ex-wife or foster care.
Right. In the back of my mind is really the whole time, I know that I'm innocent and I didn't endanger my children in any way.
Your husband has been placed under arrest for suspicion of DUI of drugs.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Even my ex said, I know that he wasn't doing anything to endanger the kids, and I know that he doesn't do drugs or anything like that.
You're the wife, ex-wife?
Ex-wife, yes.
He's gonna be under arrest for DUI, okay?
But he doesn't drink.
For medication.
The blood test came back positive for 1 drug, Tylenol PM, specifically diphenhydramine, the active ingredient in the allergy medicine Benadryl. Either of these over-the-counter pills can impair a driver worse than alcohol, but only 4 to 6 hours after taking one.
I had taken a Tylenol PM 19 hours before the arrest was made.
Indeed, the GBI crime lab detected the Benadryl in such a small amount it was consistent with a single dose taken a full day before the stop.
They wanted me to go to a lesser plea and go to DUI school.
Because of a Benadryl you took almost 24 hours earlier.
Yeah, this was the next day, the next night, not even the next day, the next night.
Is this driver innocent of DUI?
Well, he is now. I mean, the court dismissed the charges against him.
Garden City Police Chief David Lyons, who once led Georgia's Association of Chiefs of Police, says the officer's opinion is the only tool approved for detecting drugs pre-arrest.
If it's alcohol, you can do an intoxilizer and know immediately.
On the spot. For DUI drugs, no such thing. Some tool that I have beyond an educated guess that you're impaired or not.
It's like a guessing game. Well, maybe the drug test will turn out something.
The officer did not have a crystal ball. He had no way of knowing what the drug test would reveal weeks or months into the future. The GBI crime lab takes an average of 7 weeks if testing for drugs alone, and nearly 3 months if testing for alcohol as well. In the meantime, the future for the accused is unclear, and their world is turned upside down.
I know that when you go to a doctor, you can get results from lab tests 2 or 3 days at the most. But, here, because it has to go to the GBI and all this stuff, it's going to take 3 months to get your lab tests back.
You may not get a definitive answer for weeks or months.
Exactly.
Sir, would you mind stepping back here for me, please?
So the only drug detector available in the field is the officer himself.
What I'll have you do is put your back towards my patrol car and just face me.
You could have gone to jail and lost your kids over the opinion of a police officer.
That's right.
State records show the arresting officer completed advanced roadside impairment training, including drug detection, just 15 days before stopping the professor.
If you give someone a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail.
Absolutely.
Is there a human element once you get advanced training that causes you to see things that are either there or not there?
I don't have an answer for that. I would that argument could probably be made that I have this new training and I'm going to go out and show the world that I know how to do all this stuff and I'm going to take advantage of my new latest toy. Maybe.
It's not a toy. Not, well, let's go pull them out and check his sobriety. Let's go see what we can find. It's like somebody's life you're dealing with.
Garden City police stand by their arrest. They even pointed to a nearly undetectable amount of Ambien in the blood test, so small it couldn't be measured by the GBI lab.
I don't have to be perfect. I have to be reasonable and I have to have probable cause.
When they lose in court, nothing happens to them.
They have nothing to lose, and the citizen has everything to lose. Their name, their reputation, their lifestyle.
In the end, the professor didn't lose the case, his job, or his kids, but he lost something else, his trust in the system.
I'm placing you on arrest for suspicion of DUI, less safe drugs, okay?
These people are supposed to be protecting, saving lives, and they're messing up lives. They're ruining lives.
I'm not in the business of ruining somebody's life. We are put in a position of getting impaired drivers off the road. At the end of the day, we did our job.
If they arrest 10 people and 8 of them are positive, who cares about the 2 innocent people?
That's right. That's right. Except the 2 innocent people.
Wow, what a great piece.
So many people can identify with him because I'm thinking about how many people take a Tylenol PM, a Benadryl, and there's a warning right on the label, but who really adheres to it?
Yeah, you really shouldn't be driving on Benadryl or a Tylenol PM 4 to 6 hours after taking one. But we sent this to an independent lab, and the independent lab said, yeah, this is consistent with somebody taking a single Benadryl or Tylenol PM 24 hours before the stop. Clearly, there's no effect on driving at that point.
But look, the reality of a lot of these allergy medicines, they're 24 hours.
Right.
And it says on the label that it doesn't impact you, that they do not make you sleepy. It impacts a lot of people in different ways.
Sure.
You can get a DUI essentially for a prescription drug and even an over-the-counter drug at therapeutic levels.
Wow.
All the officer has to do is put the observation of you not maintaining your lane and combine that with anything in your blood, and you can be convicted of DUI.
Nobody thinks about that at all.
Right.
I mean, we've never really heard that discussed from lawyers.
No.
There's no kind of warning whatsoever about it.
No one in our stories is falling down drunk, and I think that's an important point too. There's a difference between what the police can prove and what really is a danger to the people and the public.
And then it is a trail years later in your life.
Or how many people have sleeping problems?
Right.
And we're talking about Atlanta rush hour. All of a sudden, they're up in the morning trying to navigate their vehicles and they're hammered.
Look, a DUI arrest for me is a career ender. A DUI drug arrest, I'll never work in TV again. It doesn't matter that ultimately I'm found innocent.
Wow. Important
Important
investigation.
Wow.
Brendan, thanks.
Thanks.